Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is February 17, 2022, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold and oil both bounce on Ukrainian and Russian tensions increasing once again. Now, there's no major economic events for the day, but as we look at the various markets, we're watching a little bit of a indecision as what is happening with Ukraine and Russia. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, pretty much tapering off, not much activity there. Looking at the indices also, they trickle lower, but nothing really to write home about. Commodities, though, gold and oil strengthen, okay, on the facts that Ukraine and Russia are building some tensions again. Now, looking at the stock market, they had some mixed results yesterday. However, Facebook is still selling lower. It's an important note. And lastly, Bitcoin pretty much steady. So let's take a look at the market to see what we can expect from today's trading. So looking here at the Euro USD 4-hour chart, really not much to write home about. I mean, we're just trading in a tight range here. Nothing to really bounce here in the GBP either. On the top of that range, just barely moving it, okay? We've had some major moves, right, over the last couple of days. So everything is really news-oriented or news-inspired. So when we get into this type of environment, you just have to really pay attention to the news of what's happening. Now, the Aussie dollar has got a little bit weaker, making a double top here on a 4-hour chart. That's important, okay, as we're trying to top out this 7,200, and we're not doing it in this light of situation. Now, today, earlier this morning, we had unemployment numbers coming out of Australia, so it has affected the markets, and then we're getting a little bit of a bounce this morning. Now, looking at commodities, this is where it's at. Looking at gold, back on its highs, 1875. So if it pushes above 1880, we could see it go up to 1900. That's the next real resistance, and then 1900 to 2000 is our next real resistance, okay? And we haven't hit that, if you remember, since the end of August, okay, of 2020. Okay, that was where we toppled off at 2020. So that's an important move. So we still have room on the upside. Okay, just it has to really prove it. Okay, and if it's going to pass us at 1875, the next real stop is 1900, and 1900 to 2000. So keep that in mind as this is taking it higher. Now, looking at crude oil, also got a little bit of a shift yesterday. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. You know, it's consolidating within this area. I don't want to say it's going back to its highs. If it broke out higher above 96, then that would be something really to write home about, and just, you know, but watch it, okay? Because it's crossing over the two major moving averages right here, okay? And if it does sustain itself above, then we could push it up higher. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, specifically the Dow Jones yesterday tapering off here at 34,784. We're down just mildly from 35,000. Okay, we hit a high of 35,000. That was about it. And then just taking it lower. My regression here is that we're going to continue going lower or trade sideways for a little while until we get some sort of direction, because it's a mixed bag right now in the U.S. markets. Now, looking at NASDAQ, also consolidated yesterday, a 14,500-ish level. We're off of our all-time highs by 2,000 points, but we haven't broken lower either. So this is kind of something to view later today. Now, look at the individual stocks. Apple got a little bit of a boost yesterday, 172. Facebook's still dead. Okay, 216 is its low, and that is really still within the confines of our support. Okay, 2015 right here is pretty much support. Anywhere around this area is support. So, you know, as long as it doesn't break lower than 213, 215, 210, then we could say, okay, it's maybe going to bounce. But here, if it does break 210, 215, then we may see it break even lower. Okay, so something really to keep an eye on as this still unfolds. I'm looking at Microsoft, just trading sideways, like Facebook, like Apple, excuse me. Amazon got a little bit stronger, 3164. Still showing some resilience there, but not making new highs. So we're just trading sideways for now. Okay, looking at Tesla, also trading sideways. JP Morgan a little bit stronger yesterday at 155. So the markets are mixed. Okay, there are some things that are strong, some things that are neutral, and some things that are still weak. So, you know, in this type of environment, just be very stock selective. Okay, if you're thinking about going in a certain certain direction, just keep to that direction. Okay. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, this has really tapered off here at 44,000, just below it at 44,000. That is our resistance. So as long as we don't break higher, we'll be trading within this range. So keep that in mind. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.